Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Saudi Arabia and Iran hold talks following Tehran's truce with Israel, a new chapter in Middle East diplomacy. In a significant development for Middle Eastern geopolitics, Saudi Arabia and Iran have engaged in high-level talks in the wake of Tehran's recent truce with Israel. This diplomatic engagement marks a potential turning point in a region long defined by tensions, proxy conflicts, and rivalries, signaling a cautious but hopeful path toward reduced hostilities and improved communication among key players. The backdrop: rising tensions and a surprising ceasefire. The past months saw unprecedented military confrontations between Iran and Israel, escalating fears of a wider regional conflict following Israeli airstrikes on Iranian nuclear and military facilities. Iran retaliated with missile and drone attacks targeting Israeli territory. The exchanges resulted in significant casualties and a spike in regional instability. However, after intense mediation, particularly involving the United States and several Gulf states, Iran and Israel agreed to a ceasefire, a truce that has held since late June 2025. This fragile pause in hostilities has created a window for regional powers to reassess their positions and explore diplomatic avenues. Saudi Arabia's diplomatic move, hosting Iran's foreign minister. This backdrop: the visit of Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi to Jeddah, the first by a senior Iranian diplomat since the onset of the Iran-Israel conflict, represents a deliberate and strategic gesture. Meeting with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and other senior officials, the discussions centered on bilateral relations and regional security. The Saudi leadership emphasized the importance of peaceful dialogue as the foundation for resolving disputes. Riyadh's approach indicates a nuanced shift. While historically wary of Iran's ambitions and influence, Saudi Arabia appears increasingly motivated to stabilize the region through diplomatic engagement rather than confrontation. The content and tone of the talks: the Saudi side described the discussions as fruitful, with both parties expressing optimism about improving ties. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman reiterated the hope that the Iran-Israel ceasefire would serve as a stepping stone toward broader regional calm. Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi, for his part, acknowledged Saudi Arabia's condemnation of Israel's military actions against Iran, a sign of diplomatic warmth and a potential thaw in relations. Meetings also included Saudi Foreign Minister Faisal bin Farhan and Defense Minister Khalid bin Salman, focusing on both security concerns and economic cooperation. The broader picture: a gradual rapprochement. The dialogue between Saudi Arabia and Iran follows a gradual process of reconciliation that began in 2023 with a China-brokered agreement, restoring diplomatic ties severed in 2016 amid proxy wars and mutual distrust. This recent high-profile engagement underscores a commitment to sustaining and deepening this It also aligns with Saudi Arabia's careful balancing act, maintaining strong ties with the United States, cautiously managing public opinion at home regarding Israel and Palestine, and seeking to reduce tensions with its regional rival Iran. Regional and global implications: de-escalation and stability. Saudi Arabia's support for the Iran-Israel truce signals a clear preference for containing conflict escalation. By advocating diplomacy and dialogue, Riyadh aims to prevent further destabilization that could jeopardize its economic and security interests. Shifting alliances: improved Saudi-Iran relations may recalibrate traditional alliances in the Middle East. While Saudi Arabia remains a staunch partner of the U.S. and has explored normalization with Israel, the deepening ties with Iran reflect a pragmatic approach to regional realities. The Palestinian question: Saudi Arabia continues to weigh normalization with Israel against domestic and regional sensitivities surrounding the Palestinian issue. The recent talks indicate that Riyadh may prioritize stabilizing relations with Iran and other regional actors before pursuing full diplomatic normalization with Israel. Proxy conflicts and challenges: despite the positive tone, underlying proxy wars in Yemen, Syria, and Lebanon continue to challenge regional peace efforts. These conflicts remain flashpoints that could disrupt the fragile diplomatic progress made. U.S. mediation role: the United States has played a crucial role in brokering ceasefires and encouraging dialogue, balancing its alliances with Gulf states and its contentious relationship with Iran. The ongoing talks in Jeddah may reflect Riyadh's intention to align with broader U.S.-led regional stabilization efforts while retaining strategic autonomy. Challenges and uncertainties ahead. Although the recent talks and the Iran-Israel ceasefire are promising signs, significant obstacles remain. Iran's leadership has expressed skepticism about the durability of the ceasefire, warning that any violations could provoke renewed conflict. Moreover, stalled nuclear negotiations between Iran and the international community cast a long shadow over regional peace prospects. Until these are resolved, uncertainty will persist. Saudi Arabia faces the complex task of managing its domestic public opinion, which remains sensitive to issues involving Palestine and Israel, while simultaneously engaging with Iran in a way that safeguards its interests. Conclusion: a cautious step toward peace. The recent Saudi-Iranian talks in Jeddah following Tehran's truce with Israel represent a cautious but meaningful step toward reducing long-standing tensions in the Middle East. By reopening diplomatic channels and emphasizing dialogue over confrontation, Riyadh and Tehran appear to acknowledge the high stakes of prolonged conflict. While the road ahead is fraught with challenges including fragile ceasefires, unresolved nuclear disputes, and ongoing proxy wars, this diplomatic momentum offers a glimmer of hope. If sustained, it could pave the way for a more stable, interconnected region where dialogue replaces discord and cooperation supersedes confrontation. For now, the world watches as Saudi Arabia and Iran tentatively navigate a new diplomatic chapter, hopeful that this is the beginning of a lasting peace rather than a temporary lull in hostilities. If you want me to tailor it to a specific style or add more details on any aspect, just let me know.